to Kabuki in English at Portland State University. I'm Larry Kominz, the director and teacher of The Adventures of High Priest Kôchi. It's a play that dates to 1685. It was a puppet play, never been done as Kabuki before. It has an amazing story of loss, discovery, reintroduction to the world of the stage as late as recently as 2010, and read about it in your book, in your program. I don't have time to talk about that at all. But it was a puppet play, and it's never been performed by any medium except puppets until today. We will be paying homage to its origins in two ways. One is we will have puppets in our play. And the second is our very first scene. I will have the students perform it as if they were puppets. They will say not a word. And these were one-man puppets. In other words, one puppeteer per puppet, not like the Bunraku 3. And that meant they had no legs. Our actors have to walk. They walk real smooth, as if they had no legs. And the only thing that could move was one arm and the head. What that means is you've got to do a lot of changing to turn a play like that into a kabuki play. Kabuki, music. We got the music from the original play as composed by our guest musician today, the great Echigo Kakutai. Is an archaic form that survives only in Niigata, and it was what was used in 1685, and he studied it there, and he taught it to me over a period of many, many hours together, and I put it into English. So you're going to hear bunyabushi in English for the first time ever in the world. In Portland, you're going to hear an instrument that he will play later for the first time ever in Portland, the Kôchi. So be ready for an interesting bowed instrument. Beside Echigo Kakutayu is Portland's own Yumi Torimaru. And just like me, she's become a student of Echigo Kakutayu's bunyabushi. For our audience in Japan who can't read our program, I wanted to say something about what is this play. It's not just the play, the puppet play, translated and put on stage by actors. You have to make changes. If you only have puppets with one arm and one head, they can't dance. You have to have dance in kabuki, and our wonderful choreographers have added fight dances and beautiful buyo dances that were never in the original. Also, for me, following the model of Chu Shingura, The Revenge of the Loyal 47 Retainers, I added a whole act to provide what the puppet play doesn't. Two things: humor and big dramatic fight dances. Those little puppets with one arm can go click, click, click with a sword, and they can stab each other, but it can't be very exciting. Humans can be very exciting in fight dances, and we want to add that. Who are we? We are a Japanese class, JPN 408, 4 credits, 508, 4 credits for graduate students, called Workshop Performing Kabuki in English. Every student who signs up will have a role to play depending on what they want to do and how they do in auditions. So every student in the course can be on stage. It's team teaching because we do team teaching in the Japanese program, but more team teaching than they ever get. We've got a team of choreographers. They're going to learn how to do makeup. They're going to learn all kinds of skills from so many different people. This is a big production, and it costs a lot of money to produce. We can't possibly pay for it with gate receipts. We need the support of generous donors, and the most important is our co-presenter, Japan Foundation of Los Angeles. Their representatives helping us put on this historic play. And other donors, they're listed in your program, several organizations, but mainly generous individual donors, help us to put on a play like this. What's real and what's unreal about this play? The religion in it is real. It's the Shingon sect. The sentiments you hear delivered by priests are going to be reflective of Shingon as it was presented to the readers and the viewers in 1685. And the existence of the mummy is real. My wife and I visited and worshiped the mummy on Yahiko Mountain back in October. It's the Shingon sect that practiced self-mummification as one possible holy ritual ending of life. Read all about that in your program too. I've been training my students. Oh, one other thing. There's some amazing phenomena you're going to see taking place on stage. And one thing that a Japanese friend of mine said is, you really should have told them about Hitodama yesterday. Anybody ever heard of a Hitodama? It's the spirit flame that is your soul that leaves your body when you die. So that, when you see a Hitodama, that's the chilling occurrence that's taking place then. Now, I've been teaching my students to be kabuki actors for 7 weeks. I'm going to teach you to be a kabuki audience for a couple of minutes. Kabuki audiences are very energetic in Japan. They don't wait until the curtain closes to politely applaud. Whenever anything happens on stage that they like or impresses them, they applaud then, and they even shout. What would they shout? They would shout an actor's house name. For example, they might shout for the current Tanjiro. They might shout, Naritaya! That's his name. And that's good enough. What would you do if there's someone like Marley, who's our leading lady, and you like what she's doing, you go, Marley! Sometimes other kinds of short words of encouragement. So you could shout, Nakamura! Omigoto! Well, say Ben, who's going to be doing some great things. Ben! That was great! Well done! Wow! Short and full of energy. You don't do long discourses as an audience member. You're not supposed to do that, but those short shouts are welcome. Now I'm going to conclude by asking you to support our PSU student actors in the way, and in Japanese, in the way that a Japanese actor giving a presentation like this would ask the audience to support. And they would point at this corner of the audience and at that corner of the audience, meaning them and everyone in between, asking them to support our PSU kabuki actors. So, Sumi kara Sumi made PSU gakusei kabuki yakusha no go shien go hiki wo onegai moshi onimasu.
It is the reign of the 58th Emperor of Japan, Emperor Kôchi, in the province of Echigo. Lives a man named Onuma Akihiro. And his family thrives. They live beneath Mount Yahiko. Although last spring his wife passed to the next world. He has a son and heir named Hirotomo. 4 years old and very handsome. He's married to a fine young woman from a nearby province. Her name She's 19 this year, and she's birthed a boy named Chiowaka. Now, a 3-year-old grandson. Fortune has smiled on her again, and she will soon bear their next child. The family lacks nothing and should prosper for many generations. But high and low matter not when a heart is led astray by carnal pleasure. From childhood, Hirotomo is a handsome lad, and now a famous playboy. He is young, and his heart leads him to the brothel district. Commuting on a sinful road to houses of pleasure, paying no heed to people's ridicule and scorn. Akihiro knows his son is better than this, and again tries to restrain him. But his son refuses to change his wanton ways, and this causes his father much grief. In Echigo province is one of the 7 great towns in northwestern Japan. Ships from Akita frequently call at the port. It's a major port in the coastal gold trade with many lodgings. Countless dancers and pleasure girls entertain travelers who party and spend the night. Falling under the spell of carnal pleasure, many a lad has been disowned by parents, causing turmoil for families. These are truly laces of ill repute. And right now, Hirotomo and his friend and servant, Arao,
what's going on. Your husband is going to the pleasure district again tonight. He may be my son, but Hirotomo is terrible. He refuses to be a good son and husband. He rejects my admonitions. He is a callous ingrate, defying me again and again. But until now, I have been merciful and have restrained my anger. From olden times until today, any wife would be angry and jealous at such behavior. A nasty, cheating husband, like him, unfairly makes you seem like a negligent wife. And his behavior towards me, his father, leaves me at a loss for words. What am I to do with it?
Father, I feel so ashamed when I hear what you tell me. I will tell you exactly how I feel. I'm not jealous or resentful at all. If my husband will not listen to what you, his father, tell him, of course he pays no attention to what I say. Instead, when we see how his reputation gets worse and worse, sprouting like fresh bamboo, joint by joint, your anger must also pile up, layer upon layer. But for the sake of my husband, and for my sake, please try to conceal his misdeeds from the eyes of others. Try to suppress the flames of your anger. And please think of me, your daughter-in-law, and how steadfast and restrained I am.
How pure-hearted you are. In the whole world, there is no woman your equal in virtue. But if we allow him to continue like this, he will cause an incident in the pleasure quarter. And not only will he lose his entire family, he will bring everlasting shame upon our whole clan. No, I must disown him and sever all ties as father and son. I am so angry with him, I will go to the pleasure district myself and shame him in front of everyone there. If he is obstinate and resists me, I'll cut him down on the spot. I swear it.
Mother! No good can come from this confrontation. I have to get to Hirotomo before he does and prepare him to mollify his angry father. I will bring our son Chihuahua with me to soften his heart, and I will wear my prettiest over-kimono.
Don't do it!
Chihuahua, we must go and meet your father. But we have to get to him before Grandpa does. We must hurry, so I shall carry you.
from Tsuruga, docked near the end of its voyage from Sakata. He is Shinohara Ugenji, famed in the capital region for his wealth, style, and love of pleasure. Arakawa Danzo, a companion of great strength, is with him, and they're in the pleasure quarter. Drinking and partying with the courtesans.
What fine sake, and so daintily served, my pretty. Tell me, what is your name?
Sir, I'm called Tsubaki for the winter blooming camellia.
How pretty you are. What is your hometown?
I'm from Sanjo, sir.
Sanjo? You've come here all the way from Kyoto.
No, sir, I'm from Echigo, Sanjo.
She is a Sanjo Biji. The beautiful girls from Sanjo are famous throughout the North Country.
Yes, master. Your girls are prettier than any from Fifth Avenue in Kyoto. And the decor in your party room is as fine as any establishment in the capital.
Actually, I recently traveled to Kyoto to visit the establishments there, seeking models for my own. The house at Gojo Higashi no Torin was especially splendid, and I decided to recreate it up here in Kashiwazaki.
My name is Ayame, and whenever we're entertaining in the Iris room, I feel like I'm right at home.
Yes, I thought I'd seen something like it before. The girls there are pretty, but yours are truly special.
Sir, you do flatter us. My ears are burning. But you're talking so much that your throat must be dry. Please, have another cup of sake.
Sakura, you're as persuasive as you are beautiful. I'd be happy to oblige. This is fine sake. Better even than the Fushimi brews in Kyoto. Tell me, darling Sakura, what sake is this?
It's Surukame Daiginjo, brewed right here in Kashiwazaki.
Sir, you've stayed here with us before. You know what fine sake we brew up here in Echigo. And among them, I think that Surukame is the best.
Here is the cask, sir.
Let's see. My, what a fine aroma. Yes, indeed. It's so good. It will fetch a very high price in Kyoto. I've got some space on my hold this voyage. We can make almost as much selling sake as I do transporting gold bullion. Master, could you introduce me to the brewer of Surukame? We all stand to make a profit from this. You too, as my go-between.
I will bring him to meet with you tomorrow morning. With any luck, you'll be sent on your way with a few casks to test the market in Kyoto.
Oh, splendid. I can hear the gold coins jingling already. But enough business talk. Let's liven up the party. Master, would you be ever so kind as to ask your ladies to dance for us? Nothing shows beauty to greater effect than dancing, and I get so excited. My purse strings loosen, and I wind up giving lavish tips to everyone.
Girls, this is why you work so hard learning those Kyoto dances. Show our guests your newest dance.
You're welcome, Danzo.
You do spoil me, boss.
You dance so prettily. Here, a tip for both you girls. For you, Sakura.
Well, now let's see you scurry for gold. You're welcome.
Oh my goodness, Master Hero.
Around. We've got to do it. We've got to go into that room. Otherwise, our women will think we're cowards and will be humiliated. Don't you think so, too?
Of course we've got to do it. I'll go in first. Just leave everything to me.
Sakura, you're a very special girl. Master, how about it? I'll buy her from you, paying you her weight in gold. And for you, darling Sakura, I've got another gold koban, a token of good things to come. Please, take it with your lips.
Now! Sakura! What do you mean by seducing this scum? You're my girl, remember? You haven't forgotten our pledges to each other, have you?
See here, country bumpkin. What do you mean she's your girl? She's not your wife. Sakura spends the night with whoever pays the most to be with her.
Oh, come on.
And tonight, I'm the richest man in Kashiwazaki. Sakura is spending tonight with me. And after I redeem her, she'll be mine forever.
We'll see about that. You bastard! Master Hero, I can't walk! No!
I'll teach you to mess with my boss.
Oh yeah? Take that! Get out of my way, bastard! Around! Are you all right? Master, the pain is unbearable! Make him pay!
I don't think so.
Oh, I will, Ralph.
He's dying.
We're going to be having the forbidden sushi tonight.
Hero-chan, please stop this foolishness.
Don't stop me, you traitor. Let me at that stinking gold merchant.
Thank you, Tsubaki.
You bastards! You murdered my bodyguard!
Now everybody just calm down.
I'm after the constable to report this murder. Then to my ship to bring my sailors. We'll be back in no time to arrest you both.
Oh yeah? I'll cut you down before you leave the court!
Master Hero! Master Hero! Your house is in an uproar. Your father's so angry with you, he's on his way to confront you right here in the Pleasure District. Your wife had her servant send me to warn you to hide from your father until his anger subsides.
Oh man, why now?
The last thing we need is an angry father-son confrontation on top of everything else going on around here.
What will you do?
I don't know. I sure don't want to meet the old geezer when he's this angry.
And constables will be coming to arrest us at any moment. You'll need to hide from both your father and from the law. I've got a plan. Master, let us rent your horse. Master Hero, put your jacket on your servant Kôchi, and we'll have him wear a scarf, concealing his face. If your father or the constables see him, they'll think he's you, Hirotomo. But he'll be on horseback and hard to catch. Meanwhile, Hirotomo, you take the back road toward Yahiko and lay low until your father has calmed down. And be sure to hide from both the constables and the sailors.
Yes, that sounds like a good plan.
Indeed it does. Umakichi, bring out our horse.
Yes, sir.
You can help your master.
Apologies if I'm out of breath.
Indeed he is. I'm very proud of him.
What do you really look like me from a distance?
Ironically, his name is Tiny. It's on account of his tiny legs. But he runs like nobody's business.
Now then, Kôchi, stay on the main road to attract attention, then ride fast to escape pursuit. If they find you out, say it was all my plan.
Yes, sir. Denji, do you know how to ride a horse? Well enough, I hope. Then, up you go.
Oh, careful. Be gentle. He's very sensitive.
Find a horse this large.
The best horse.
on your way yourself. There's no telling when the constables or your father will arrive.
Master Hero, this is hard to have you stay here.
Oh, thank you. Most useful servant tonight.
You allowed Kôchi to assist me in getting home tonight? I can't run or hide from the constables. I'll let fortune decide my fate.
Of course, Master Arao. And perhaps the man you stabbed will pull through.
I'm afraid not. It was a fatal thrust. I know it.
What a mess! This is all the fault of that stinking gold merchant. Well, I guess I better go lie low for a bit. It'll all work out in the end, I'm sure.
Hero-chan, be well and stay safe.
I'll be back.
It's no use, he's too fast for me. My son! What are you doing slinking around here at night, you disobedient, ungrateful fool? Kneel before me! Yes, right on the road.
Yes, Father.
Here, Tomo. You have betrayed your long-suffering wife, who is faithful and true. And you have betrayed your father and our whole clan! I should kill you on the spot! But you're I'll be merciful and spare your life. But from today onward, you are disowned. You are never to show your face again at our family home. Rest assured, we will honor and nurture your beloved wife and son and heir to the clan. Remember, men, your misdeeds and sins now have nothing to do with the Onuma family.
That's right.
Father, is there nothing I can do to make amends?
No. Absolutely not. And broken your promises and vows to your wife. You are incorrigible. We'll never meet again.
At this time, her father-in-law has left home and Yanagi no Mae leaves to hoping to overtake him. And she is frantic to find her husband and to tell him what is going on. Carrying Chihuahua in her arms, she steals out of her home very secretly and hurries along the road. voice. Her last words are so very sad to hear.
How I hate you, my husband. It was karma of 500 rebirths that allowed us to marry. So why do you now strike me down? Even if you have come to hate me and wish to part, you must know that this darling 3-year-old is your child. If his mother dies, who will raise him? Though I am dying, I suppress the flames in my heart. But my heart burns invisibly, and my feelings smolder. I told your father that I wanted to protect you, and I tried to warn you that he was coming to punish you. Even though you caused me such pain, I did not think ill of you. I was loyal to you, and I didn't consider you my enemy. So how could you draw your sword and kill your wife, who is so affectionate and loving? My poor baby Chihuahua, listen and remember well your mother's last words. You are so little now, but you will live on and become an adult. If you should encounter your father, tell him everything that I have said, how I resent him. When you are grown, enter the priesthood and pray for your mother's salvation. You must do this, Chihuahua. My poor baby, I don't want to leave you.
Her life is ebbing away at the tender age of 19. She's on the verge of death. What a truly tragic Just at this moment, suddenly a baby emerges from her womb. It cries as she passes from this world. like the dew.
Oh my God! It's Yanagi no Mai! Yanagi! Yanagi, what happened to you? Who did this? Oh my God! There's blood everywhere!
Papa, what's wrong with Mama?
It seems that someone has killed her with a sword. Even though I am an outcast now, when I find who has done this, I will avenge her death. How sad that you are so young, and you cannot even tell me who it was that killed your mother. There are hoof prints all over the place. This belongs to the horse from the tea house. It had to have been that horse! And Denkichi was riding it, dressed to look like me! Oh gods, no! It was my sword that killed my wife! What a fool I've been! Why did this baby have to be born this way? Better for you to have turned to water inside your mother's womb. For what terrible karma are we being punished that we must suffer so? Surely, this is all punishment for my worldly desires and carnal lust. I have caused suffering to my parents, my children, and my wife. Got it. I will renounce worldly desire and seek the way of the Buddha, here and now.
On time.
Listen, my wife. This is the seed of Buddhahood. With all of my resolve, I shall engage in austerities and devote my life to praying for your rebirth in paradise. And I also believe that your death shall aid in your husband's salvation as well. Now, I shall endure your temporary form. My dear wife, please lend me your kimono. When I wear it, it will protect me from the cold.
Not a good start to your salvation.
Whoa.
Okay.
Do it.
Jerk.
You are my second son, but I have been disowned. I cannot even raise your older brother. Please, do not despise me for what I am about to do. These two talismans, made on the same day at the Yahiko shrine, are inextricably bound. It is a sign that I give to you. If the gods and the Buddhas, in all their mercy, see that someone should find you and raise you to be an adult, when you encounter your older brother, you will know him by this. This talisman I give to you. I beg of you, guide that child's soul across the dark river to heaven. Come, my son. I'm taking you home.
It is now late at night, 3 a.m. He approaches his father's gate and then leaves Chihuahua there. He hides by the gate to see what transpires. At dawn, family dogs begin barking, waking people up. The gatekeeper goes outside and looks around. Here is an abandoned child. Picking up the child, he sees the talisman from Yahiko Shrine.
Master, Chihuahua has come home, but he's alone without his mother.
Oh, Chihuahua, where have you been? Are you all right? You're so cold. But why isn't your mother with you? Has something bad happened to her? Yeah. We must search for her right away. But no matter what the future holds, I will raise my grandson in heir.
And so nursemaids are assigned to the child. And he will be raised with care. Hirotomo hears this from his hiding place.
this world. Raise yourself, Hirotomo.
Was that voice in a dream? Who was it that spoke to me? It's darker now than ever, but it seems to have been a woman's voice that spoke.
How cruel of you not to remember. Have you forgotten so soon our sweet promise that our love would last for 2 generations? It is because of you that my life has been taken from me. No matter how many times our tale is told, my feelings are never ending. Life and death are immeasurable, but for a woman in the mortal world, there can be suffering as terrible as hell. Though my soul is now tormented in the other world, my mortal guise lingering in this one will tell you of my anger. That is why I appear now in this temporary form.
Is that you, my wife, Yanagi no Mai? It was not me that struck you down. I can tell you this now. In order to avoid my father's wrath, I exchanged clothes with a servant. You thought it was I on the horse and approached to scold me, but he must not have known who you were and struck you down. But the sword was my own. I had lent it to the horseman. That means that in fact, I am the one that killed you. This is my full apology. It is beyond the understanding of ordinary persons, but I believe that this tragedy is the result of misdeeds in a former life. So please, I beg of you, let go of your anger. I incurred the displeasure of my father, and I killed you. All of this was solely my own doing.
I am pleased, my husband, because of your holy resolution. Why should I hold on to my anger? But the weakness of a mortal man is that when he is confronted with fire, he desires water, and yet when he has water, he craves fire. The hearts of ordinary men change according to the suffering of the moment. You have incurred the wrath of your father, and you have lost your wife and child. Because of your unhappiness, you have turned to the way of the Buddha. But you are deluded by illusions. Your suffering is so intense that in your unhappiness you believe in your delusion that the Buddha blesses you. This delusion shall lead you to perdition, my husband.
Be assured, my wife, even if 3,000 worlds, the whole universe should crumble, my faith will not waver.
I don't believe
But I forgot to tell you, I left Shiowaka in the care of my father, Akihiro. Surely he is raising the child with kindness, and he will succeed as head of our line. So please, do not worry about him.
Your words betray your attachment to mortal life. Why should Buddha love a man who is so attached? In the mortal world, you do not know how to separate material things from the spirit. But in the world in which I dwell, material things do not exist. I am no longer concerned with Chihuahua.
Who are you people? what you said, but I know that you are a young man and a young woman standing before the holy Buddha, and you seem to be amusing yourselves. How outrageous for you to behave in such a manner. Leave this sacred hall and go elsewhere at once.
I am on my way to Mount Koya to seek the Supreme Buddha. Fortunately, this branch temple is open all night, but women are excluded here. What can you be talking about?
You were scheming with a woman until a moment ago. It is impossible for someone such as you, who breaks the commandment against telling lies, to go on a holy pilgrimage to Mount Koya.
Right. There is no woman here. Come, see for yourself.
I heard a woman speaking here, but it is plain that she is not here now. But what about this kimono? These are woman's robes. Explain this to me, and do not try to deceive me with lies. I come from Okunoin Temple on Mount Koya. I am traveling the northern coast for reasons of my own. It is my calling to dispel sin from this world. Tell me everything about yourself.
Long story.
I offer my humble apologies. Boo. This is the story of my life.
He tells the priest everything from start to finish, including meeting his wife's ghost.
Please, take me as your disciple.
That was indeed a sad tale. Relations among parents and children, and husbands and wives, are determined by karma from our past lives. For this reason, both good and evil can follow. So we must strive with all our might toward the path of virtue. But you, in your profligacy, were utterly unaware of good and evil. And as you strayed, oblivious to life and death, you were repeating the endless cycle of transmigration. Because of this, you must become my disciple and enter the way.
I am so grateful to you for this, O Master of the Way.
And before the night finally dawns, the priest approaches him. Gives him a priestly name.
Hiro Tobo, the shaving of your head commits you to a new path, and you need a new identity. The first character in your new name shall be Ko. It is the same character pronounced Hiro in your lay name. it is also the first character in the name of the saint who founded the Shingon sect in Japan, Kobodaishi. The second character in your new name shall be Chi, meaning wisdom. Your new priestly name is Kôchi.
I am honored to receive this new name from you, Reverend Priest. I pledge to serve as your disciple, fulfilling every task that you command.
Now then, Kôchi, you have entered the way. And if you are to purify your 6 senses and attain Buddhahood, you must never again consider that you have a self. If you can eliminate yourself, and there is no distinction between yourself and others, then yourself becomes all people. Heaven and earth, in all quarters, become one with the Buddha mind. You must become a great priest who unifies the realm above with the realms below.
All right. Hearing these words, Kôchi suddenly feels great joy. As if awakening from a bad dream.
I am in fact Saint Kobo, Kobodaishi.
What a blessed miracle. This is a sign that I must go to Mount Koya to study and take holy vows.
Kôchi's already traveling through the land of Ki. When from afar he hears a young woman's voice.
Traveling priest, please, listen. I have a request of you. Are you a cleric who feels no mercy? How can you call yourself a priest if you won't even listen to a supplicant? Listen to my story, good priest.
I am of high birth, but my father died when I was a child, and I lived alone with my mother. But she recently passed away, and as she lay dying, she told me, in this life I possess just one treasure. It is a golden bowl which I bury near our home. Take the bowl. Find a man you wish to marry. Sell the bowl so that you may live well in your married life. I dug up the bowl just now, but I can do nothing with it. All alone. It is my karma that I encountered you here. Take me away with you, wherever you wish to go. I give you my wealth, so that we may live in this mortal world. I beseech you with all of my heart.
Romeo. I am in dire need. Please, come to my rescue. I give my deepest thanks to Fudal Myo and the power of Buddhist law.
After this, Kôchi travels to Mount Koya and lives in the cloister of Kominz. He trains there very hard, and in a few years, Priest Kôchi's holy powers and virtue will become so strong they cannot be expressed in words. After this, the years came and the years went. And now Kôchi has spent 7 years at Mount Koya. Now he serves at a high post, the great lector of pure perception. He is a pure and holy priest. But his longing for his hometown grows. And since mendicant travel is his practice, he sets out on the road for Kôchi. ascension downward to the depths of hell and see what is happening there.
Actually.
Would you like some cold water?
Yeah!
Tuba, we only have hot water in hell. Do you like a pudding?
No!
But you do it so well.
I bet you're glad you still have your beard, right? Yeah! Little knock for a
Bow in deference. King Enmadayo enters.
Servants, minions, all of you listen to what I have to say. I hate to have to report this, but things are not going well for our enterprise here in hell. Enrollments are declining precipitously. And right here is another example of what is going wrong. You two demons are torturing just one sinner. That's far too much individual attention. The only way we can make hell viable is if one demon tortures 30 or 40 sinners at once. If we don't have enough sinners to torture, I will have to lay off. Precious demons, even senior tenured demons. And why is it, you may ask, that so few sinners are coming our way? Well, it is all the fault of the great Saint Kobo. He has founded a massive monastery complex at Mount Koya. He is traveling the land, founding new temples and training holy priests to serve in them. He is spreading the word of the Buddha, even to the common people. The entire island of Shikoku is covered in Shingon temples. It is all but lost to the enemy. Even young people, even women and children are going to temples and listening to holy sermons, chanting holy prayers. And when they leave the temples, they are leading far more virtuous lives, committing far fewer sins. Why? Just a few years ago, things were going so well for us. Young and old, everyone was sinning. And not just out of necessity, but also for pleasure. Stealing, cheating, fornicating, human trafficking, and engaging in all sorts of wonderful acts of harassment. Power harassment, sexual harassment, bullying and hazing. My two favorite sins, arson and murder, were on the rise. Pride, lust, and greed were the order of the day. Oh, for the good old day. But now, when souls come before me for judgment, what do I see In my book, a few paltry sins outweighed by a myriad of good deeds. It's disgusting. Even when I weigh one sin at the weight of triple a good deed, as I always do, I'm forced to send these goody-goody souls to heaven. I'm at my wit's end. I'm afraid that with the way things are going, we may have to stop paying so much attention to the souls we're torturing here, and instead go up to the human world to recruit sinners by attacking Buddhism and propagating sin.
Your Highness, that kind of work is not in my contract.
Akage-san, do you want to keep your job, or don't you?
Your Excellency, your two spies, Midori and Mitabo, are here with the report.
Give me your report.
Your Highness, we have a report from the monastery at Mount Koya.
The precincts are protected by holy spells, and demons cannot go inside. But we traveled to the base of the mountain and collected rumors and reports. There is a superstar acolyte at the temple Kôchi.
They say he will soon leave the monastery to propagate the faith in the northwest, where there are still few Shingon temples and worshippers.
That would be disastrous. He must be killed before we can let this happen. So then, what sort of man is he?
Sire, I think you'd enjoy reading about him in your book.
Let's see. Where is that dance? Kôchi, was it?
Yes, sir.
Just where did I...
Would you like my assistance, sire?
No, that won't be necessary. Here he is. Priest Kôchi, formerly Onuma Hirotomo of Yahiko in Echido. Oh, this is very nice. Filial disobedience, power harassment, fornication, more filial disobedience? What? He married a virtuous wife. That could be bad for us. But look, then, after his marriage, adultery, power harassment, adultery, filial disobedience, abnegation of parental responsibility, adultery, it goes on and on. He has more than enough sins to far outweigh whatever paltry good deeds he might have performed at Mount Koya. Servants and minions, your new mission is to go up to the human world, track down this high priest and kill him. Then send his soul to me.
Yes, sir! But, Your Highness, he is a powerful foe. He has demonstrated his magic powers already. Don't you remember? 7 years ago?
We spied Hirotomo at the same monastery where we tracked Saint Kobo. Hirotomo's head was shaved, and he was headed for Mount Koya. It looked dangerous.
You sent Spider Lady to seduce and kill him.
Oh, that's right. It's so long ago now, and I have so many projects to oversee, it must have slipped through the cracks. But Mistress Arachnid never fails us. Why didn't she kill him and send his soul to me then?
He had magic powers even then. In particular, he has a rosary that can transform into a flying sword of Fudo. That's how he was able to escape Spider Lady's clinging webs.
I see. Well, it won't happen again. Now then, servants and minions, your new mission is to go up, track down this high priest, and kill him. Akage-san, you will be in command. If you waylay the priest in the Hodaka Mountains, the Crow Tengu there can assist you. Blue! Take the long-handled sword grabber as your special weapon. When that sword begins to fly, strike it down. Then the rest of you kill that meddlesome priest!
Yes, sire!
And if you fail, the first pink slips go out to all of you. But I know you'll come through for us, and I so look forward to seeing Hirotomo's soul dragged before me, quivering in fear. Now then, servants and minions, it is time for you to set forth.
Yes, your majesty!
Yes, that is who I am. But who are you?
I am a servant of Enmadayo, and this is where your mortal journey ends.
What do you mean?
Demon minions, kill this sinner and send his soul to our king.
I'm in dire need! Please, come to my rescue!
Come to my rescue.
These can do anything to us! Arms is nothing to a demon!
a special charge to rid the land of demons. I was asleep in my villa in Kyoto when Fudomyo appeared in my dream. Kintoki, he said.
More like Kentucky.
A most holy priest is in sore distress, and you must go and rescue him. Wake up! Wake up! I awoke and found myself in the main hall of the Kurigara temple, in front of the statue of Fudo. I heard a loud ruckus off in the distance and ran to the noise. And so here I am. And I am with you now.
Welcome to the party.
Holy Reverend, I return Fudo's sword to you.
Master Kintoki, your exploits are the marvel of Japan. I never dreamed I would be in need of your services. I am forever in your debt.
Sir, like yourself, I am but a humble follower of the Buddha and Fudomyo.
Demon brothers! Awaken from this horrid spell! Let's kill all these sinners and send their souls to hell!
Demons from hell, prepare to taste the righteous fury of the divine power of Fudo! must know. My real name is Ichikawa Danjuro! I'm working at the Nakamura-za Theater across the street. I'm a Shingon practitioner and a devotee of Fudomyo. When I learned about this play, I felt compelled to get involved. I managed to contact yours here at Ichimura-za. They negotiated a deal for Ichimura-za to rent out my services for just this one scene, and gave me a bonus as well. Everyone comes out a winner. That's the king of the Mount Odaka Crow Tengu clan. What blasphemy for them to dress as mountain wizards. It gives the order a bad name. I'll teach him not to defile holy followers of the way.
How dare you humiliate my child? Prepare to meet your end.
Kidnapped and devoured 30 Kyoto ladies before we tracked him down and dispatched him.
What are you two babbling about? Stamping and glaring won't protect you from me. I'll slice you to bits with this naginata.
Oh, we'll see about that. Indeed I did. But I must leave you now, Reverend Priest. I have to get back to the Ichimura-za. But the road is now clear for your journey to Echigo. May Fudo, and Michael, and Isaac, and Dainichi protect you on your way.
you, Chihuahua. With your grandfather gone, you must feel that you have no one to rely on. But we villagers will always support you.
Yes, you can rely on us for this.
His father, Hirotomo, approaches after his years on Mount Koyal. He is now High Priest Kôchi, the great lector of pure perception. With a strong longing to visit his hometown, he travels along the road.
The wheel of karma has brought you, honorable priest. Please perform a funeral service for a man who just passed away. In the past, he was headman Onuma Akihiro. He was wealthy and the leader of our village. He had one son, named Hirotomo.
The son was handsome, but his father disowned him because he kept on going to the pleasure district to see the courtesans, and his father was very angry at him. The son left our village, and his whereabouts are still unknown. Akihiro raised his grandson, Shiowaka.
The days and months passed, but fate works in strange ways, and gradually Akihiro lost all of his wealth. He and his grandson live a meager life. Just now, Akihiro has died, bitten by a poisonous snake.
That is truly a very sad tale. I will perform funeral prayer for the deceased.
He approaches and looks carefully and sees that it's his father. There's no doubt that this child is my own son, Chihuahua. The face of this child looks just like the face of his dear wife, who died so long ago. He feels he is looking at her right now. He gazes first at the father, then at his son, at the one and the other again and again. And now he cannot control his tears. They flow and wet his sleeves.
What a foolish priest I've become. I was so moved by what has happened here that tears overcame me. Now then, young lad, I understand that this man was your grandfather. How sad for you. You are just 10 years old, and you have no mother or father. And your grandfather was the last relative to replace your parents. Now he too has departed, and you are truly orphaned. You are alone now, so the Buddha feels compassion for you.
In our mortal world, all who live are certain to die, and loved ones are destined to be saddened by parting. Even the Buddha could not escape these truths.
But just as water that flows downstream never returns, so it is the way with the death of human beings. You must now rely on the people of your village to act as your parents. When you become an adult, follow the way of the Buddha. Now then, I intend to honor the husk of this old man who has departed. As I speak to succor his soul, please
Build for him a pyre and bring me a torch.
Yes, sir.
Once, O Numa Akihiro, your true home is now one with the Buddha. When your heart is one with the Buddha, then the four heavens are provided to you as home. Then, when your heart is awakened to enlightenment, undistracted by mortal sensations, you become one with the heaven and the earth, spreading outward in the 10 directions. Life and death no longer concern you. You now depart from the suffering of life and death and are setting forth on the true way. The torch, please. Turns and discord dissipates and enters the realm of pure nothingness. Makahanya Haramita Shingyo Kanji Zai Bosatsu Gyojin Hanya Haramita Ji.
Thank you, honored priest, for your kind words and for the funeral services.
I am a traveling priest, and my home is on Mount Koya, and I must return there now. I know that this is a big thing to ask of you, but I have felt a closeness to this boy since the moment I saw him. The lad has few prospects and needs a solid upbringing. I happened upon him in a time of great distress, and I am moved by his suffering. I hate to leave this child behind, but I must do so now. So I earnestly beseech you, please take very good care of him.
How sad for poor Chihuahua. He can't even dream that this is his true father. But he senses the man's love for him and clings desperately to his sleeve.
My grandfather has died, and if you were to leave me behind, I'd be so sad I wouldn't know what to do. People tell me about my father and my mother, so I know their names. But I was so young when they left me that I can't even see them in my dreams. Priest, if you leave me now, it will be as if my father were leaving me again. What will become of me? Please, oh priest, take me as your child.
We priests cannot have children. I cannot accept you as my son.
If you don't want me to be your child, please take me as your disciple. I will cut off all of my hair. Someone once told me that my father, Hirotomo, has taken a tundra at Mount Koya. I know that it is just a rumor, but if I become your disciple and go to Mount Koya, I may be able to meet my father. So, by all means, please accept me as your disciple. If I can't be your disciple, I will kill myself here.
He is young, but he seems intent, even desperate, to follow this path. I know it will inconvenience you, but we beg of you, please cut off his hair and accept him as your disciple.
This is what Kôchi really wants to do, though he has hidden it from the villagers. Like a boat appearing by chance when you must cross a river.
He is truly unready to take this step. But I accept his youthful order to join the priesthood as instruction from the Buddha. So I shall accept him as my disciple.
So presently he shaves the boy's head. Gives him the Buddhist name Kôchi. Ji means to follow. So it is that the boy becomes the priest's disciple. But the priest still has not told. The lad that he really is the boy's father. Still both priest and disciple are filled with deep emotion and when they are alone on the Mount Koya journey. Now it has come to pass that around Nobutake of Yahiko, who was wounded in the leg, is finally entirely healed. He is traveling all over in search of his master, Hirotomo, whereabouts unknown. He's heard rumors that he's now priest Kôchi and is eager to find and meet him.
Traveler, you appear to be someone with a connection to High Priest Kôchi. This child is the High Priest's son. I will tell you the details of how this came to be. Please, travel along with me.
Is this child Chiowaka?
No. He is Chiowaka's younger brother.
I see. I heard that Yanagi no Mai was pregnant at that time, but I'd heard that she died.
Sadly, yes. She passed away just after this child was born.
Oh? But why?
It is a very sad tale. And you, Mr. Arao, set the tragedy in motion.
Oh my God, but how? Please, travel with me as I search for the priest, and tell me the sad story.
I will indeed. For we are both seeking the same man.
Today is the 7th anniversary of the death of Yanagi no Mae. Villagers have gathered at the grave erected for her by Onuma Akihiro.
Sir, are you High Priest Kôchi? And were you not once Onuma Hirotomo, heir to the Onuma state, just a few leagues from here?
Indeed I am, and I can see that you are my old companion Laurence. What a remarkable meeting. But tell me, who is the little boy?
Have you forgotten who he is? This child is Chiowaka's younger brother, your son.
Yes, I had a second son, but he was snatched up by a wolf. Tell me, how can a child that was eaten by a canine be living now?
You may be a high priest, but you say the strangest things. There are any number of tales of bears and wolves raising human children. Why don't you read written accounts from Japan and from abroad? This child is living testimony that such things happen. And here is concrete proof.
Show us the talisman that you always carry with you. These are indeed the matching pair of Yahiko Shrine talismans. These two are indeed both my sons.
What?
the goddess of Yahiko Shrine. At the time your wife lay dying, I appeared in the form of a wolf. Behold, the divine will of the Yahiko deity.
Please accept our humble thanks, O goddess of Yahiko Mountain.
You are my son, without any doubt. Your older brother has taken tonsure and will soon become a priest. You must become heir to the Onuma house. As your father, I give you the name Chiyo Matsumaru. When the imperial court in Kyoto learns the circumstances of your life, then the emperor is sure to grant you an estate here in Echigo. When this occurs, around, you should be chief retainer of the family.
I accept the honor with gratitude and in humility. Come along now, child.
Today marks the 7th anniversary of the death of your mother, Yanagi no Mai. Let us go to her grave and hold a memorial service for her soul. Inhabited the mortal form of the virtuous wife and mother Yanagi no Mai, I seek communion with your departed soul. Before you now are both of your sons. The eldest will become a priest, and the youngest will inherit the family from our ancestors. And soon, I, Kôchi, shall follow you and journey on the road of death, and we shall sit together on the dais of one Buddhist law. My happiness is now greater than it has ever been. Everyone, behold! A Calabinka bird has flown here from Mount Koya. It spoke to us, saying that I must go to Mount Koya and end my life there. But for me, in my heart, Mount Koya is everywhere. I intend to end my life starting now. As a priest, I have a great duty, and I make this vow, that I shall remain in this sullied world lasting forever as a mummified Buddha. I will be visible for ages to come, for 1,000, 10,000 years. I will neither turn to dust nor rot away. I will not be bothered by bird or beast. I will become fossil, and in this form work forever to save the souls of the faithful. Chiyomatsu, you will become lord of this domain. Please, erect for me a temple and have my mummy transferred there. Instruct the people to worship there. The chief priest of this temple will be your older brother, Kôchi. I will now commence my final meditation. 2 more years in this mortal coil, then an eternity of service. Priest Kôchi, it is now time for the Heart Sutra.
How remarkable to see my 2 sons. Both of you, pray for your mother's rebirth as a Buddha.
High Priest Kôchi is a 10-year monk for the last 1,100 years in Echino province in Kashwalaki. His divine form remains unchanging. From ages past and forth, ages to come, all who behold him are filled with wonder at this miracle and glory. Japanese performance in a very minor way 40 years ago, and this is how I came. And the best people that made this possible. You're going to see their names in the program. Of course, the phenomenal Jacob Stamen and wonderful performance and seats left in this auditorium. If you think this was a pretty neat experience and you'd like anyone to have a chance to see it, you came with one day left to tell them to come. We'd like to fill this place to the rafters tomorrow, and I'd like you to help me do that. Okay? Yeah. Same people here to see the adventures of High Priest Kôchi. You can see what an uplifting, exciting experience it is. Nothing like this is going to happen in Portland again. One more day. So. You see Japanese music. This is like better. This is to support kabuki and yet it's probably the best musical talent, Japanese musical talent you're going to see in the city. I think and to Yumi Torimaru. Koto equals angels in heaven. They had to wait a long time for a lot of bad things to happen before angels in heaven came around. And this is original music composed by Amy Shoemaker just for this piece. Dance. And so where is Takako? Choreographer teacher. She was able to teach those angels to do that dance in just 7 weeks, and some of them didn't even know what buyo dancing was. And look at what they did. Was choreographed and taught by Takako. And what about the scary wild dance? Under Takako, and then we saw what she really is, and she taught Kabuki would not be and our someone who knows Kabuki inside and out and has done stage manager before, Sophia Broussard. Close the play with these things. Give them a bang. Our house manager, Lisa. Kabuki lessons, beautiful costumes. My partner of 40 years. And she couldn't do it without the most amazing crew.
Yeah,
she
let me just my crew, always behind the curtain. Really appreciate it. Without Yoshiko Taki. Making all priest clothes and the angels clothes, and Yoshiko made those outfits.
The most glorious outfits we've ever had.
With audience, we're so excited, and I think we did the best show. Thank you so much for coming.
Your friends and your students and your relatives and everyone you know to the last show tomorrow. Thank you very much.